Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Athava Vinashaktim Vinalakshanam Vinasambandhantram Shushuptutthavaka Vakyatvat Tattamasyadi Vakyena Yad Atma Tatta Pratibadam Tadascharyavat Shabda Shaktehe Achintyatvat. See, yesterday he explained the whole statement with reference to Nana Jivavada. Now he is going to the other school, which is Eka Jivavada, accepting one Jiva. So, in one Jiva, if you accept one Jiva, this is the exact logic he is explaining in the Advait Siddhi Eka Jivavada Vichara. So, in one Jiva, if that Jiva realizes, then there is no lineage, there is no tradition possible. Then, how will the disciple gain the knowledge? For that he says, Vina Shaktim, Vina Lakshanam, Vina Sambandhantram. All this is to establish in the Shastra Acharyabhyam Upadeshabhyam, he said. Shastra Acharyabhyam Upadeshabhyam. Through the teaching of the Shastra from the Guru, you have to understand. And that Guru, how should he be? Then for that he said, he should have to have the knowledge. What did he say? Evam Upadeshtuhu Abhavad Ayam Atma Durvignya. In the 131st page, he said, this kind of teacher is impossible, therefore this knowledge is very difficult to gain. Because one who understands the self, only he can explain to you and you will be able to understand easily. That he yesterday explained. Now, a teacher, one who has realized, will teach you. Now, that is possible in the Nana Jivavada. There are multiple Jivas, so that Jiva which has realized also will exist according to the Prarabdha. That is why he brought in Prarabdha story, etc. Now, in Eka Jivavada, this fellow who was in the samsara and after realization he understood it to be dream and he is above samsara. He is not in samsara. He is not there. For him there is no samsara. Then for you, because that person who realized he is no more. For you, who is the teacher? Because that teacher who is liberated does not exist. For that he is saying, Vina Shaktim, Vina Lakshanam, Vina Sambandhantram, without a Shakti. Shakti is the word meaning relationship. Lakshana means word implied meaning relationship. And Sambandhantra means word in connection with another word. This is the three methods. These are the only three methods through which you can understand the meaning of a statement. So, but still, you don't use any of these three methods which are valid. You don't use any of these three. These are the only three methods, but you don't use any of these three. When Sushupti Utthabhaka Vakyavat in the statements which bring you out of the deep sleep, you don't say anything. You call him by any name, he will get up. You call him idiot, he will get up. What? Do you know what he called you? The others will have to remind him. Doesn't really matter. He got up. He is away from the sleep. The same way you will be out of this sleep of samsara through tattvamasi, etc., even without any relationship. So he says, Yad Atmatatta Pratibadaram Tad Ascharyavat. That tattvamasi, etc., which establishes the nature of the self, that is a surprise. Shabda Shakti Achintyatad. How can this without any relationship the word can give the meaning? Because the power of word is unimaginable. It is beyond comprehension. Nacha Bina Sambandham Bodhane Ati Prasanga. No. If you don't accept any relationship, there can be no knowledge. If you still accept, there is a over-pervasion. Atityati dosha. We say, don't say that. Because Lakshana Vakshe Apitulyatvat, in the Lakshana, even when you bring in the implied meaning, they are also the same problem. There will be over-pervasion. Why? Shakya sambandhasya aneka sadhanatvat. Because a word, the implication of a word can be multiple. You say one word, but it can imply different things in places. Like we say Saindavam, that word we used, Saindavam. Saindavam means a product of Sindhu. Now you imply from this word Saindavam a product of Sindhu, Afghanistan. So product of Sindhu, you imagine, you imply one salt, the other word is horse. Saindavam Anaya, if you say Saindavam Anaya, bring something from the Sindhu, then it can imply either salt or horse. You are sitting on a table, you will not want horse. Sitting on a table, you may not want coming outside, you may not want salt. But it may not be so. It may not be so. Sometimes sitting on the table, you remember, okay, let us go. Bring the horse. You may say that. Or coming out, you are like when you go to Russia and all, the diplomats are first welcomed with a breaking of bread. They bring bread and some salt. So now, Saindhamane, you are now outside and you see somebody coming and you say, bring the Saindham. You will not bring horse. You should not bring horse. You should not bring salt. Now there is a possibility of a different connotation in the implication itself. So he says, Shakya Sambandha. Okay. No. You don't understand. In every implication, we are referring to the Tatparya, the purport, where what meaning should be taken. That is what is important. Because in the understanding of a word, the Purvamamsakas, they accept three things. And we accept four things. They accept Avyavadhana, Tatparya. What's that? Said in Tamil and I forgot in English. I'll come to this. Okay, so we accept Tatparya as one more thing. Purvamamsas accept only three, we accept four, we also include Tatparya. So Tatparya should be accepted. Now, Akanksha, Yogyata, Sannidhi. They accept Akanksha, Yogyata and Sannidhi. You need 1 minute. So my brain is not working that fast. So Akanksha, Yogyata, Sannidhi. Akanksha, expectancy. Yogyata, there should be eligibility, and Sannidhi, relationship, proximity. Now, apart from this, we accept Tatparya, purport. So he says, Tatparya Visheshat Niyama iti chari. No, there is a special purport, and with reference to that there is a difference where you want what. Now I said in two places where the opposite is what is wanted. Therefore, iti chetna, don't say that tasyapi sarvan prati avisheshat. It is not common for everyone. It is not common for everyone. When you are asking for salt outside, when you are inviting diplomat, when you call Saindhavam, it is not salt you want, it is not horse you want salt. So there is a difference. It's not common for everyone. That common knowledge is not possible in every implication. So no. Kaschid eva tatparya vishesham avadharayati na sarvayati. You don't understand. See, every king or every important person, he will have an assistant, PA. Only a people like him has the eligibility to understand the real purport, not everyone. Oh, is that so? Very good. Iti chet hanta, you are gone. Why? Tarhi purushagata eva kasyat vishesha nirdoshatva rupo niyamakaha. So you have to understand what is that which is bringing the order in the implication. It is not the word. It is some special characteristics of the person which is bringing the order in the chaos. Therefore, what you said is wrong. Therefore, what we say is right. What do you want to establish through this? See, we are saying from the Ekajivada standpoint, there is no need for any of these. If the person is, this is Praudavada, we are not negating the scriptures. We are, any which way we have to come to the scriptures. This is from the standpoint of Praudavada, we call it. Meaning, even if you accept, we are not lost. Our Vedanta will be established. In this way, to establish that he says. So, see, we have Dakshinamurti. In Dakshinamurti's shloka, in Advaita Siddhi, he very clearly says, not Tattvamasi. Why are you bringing in Tattvamasi for this? Even a, e, u, something, even these characters will give him realization. Forget even that characters, I say. In the case of Dakshinamurti, his 4 disciples, what did he teach? He didn't teach Vedanta. He taught Mauna Vyakhyana Prakatita Parabrahma Tattvam Yuvanam. He spoke Mauna. What? Not Maunasya Vakhyanam. He didn't give lecture on Mauna, silence. He didn't give lecture on silence, but he gave the lecture of silence. And these people, through Abhinaya, we say, through gesture, he showed the non-duality. How? By showing like this. Now, Chinmudra. By showing Chinmudra. Chinmudra is leaving out the last 3 fingers, holding on to the pointing finger and thumb finger, joining the pointing finger and the thumb finger. This is Chinmudra. When you are shown Chinmudra, what you will understand is, okay, you are talking about something 3. What is that 3? No, I am not talking about 3. Look properly. Okay, you say very, very nice. That is what you mean. Good, very good. No, it is not good. Okay. One second. One more chance. Oh, I remember. This is the symbol for mobile. Oil. This is symbol for oil. No. Then what did he mean by this? He left out all the Triputi, all the Trinities, and he joined the thumb, which signifies the absolute self, Ishvara, and the pointing finger, which signifies the individual self, and he gives the identity of individual self and absolute self by leaving the Trinity. That is the teaching he gave by Chinmudra. Now, this, who was able to understand? Not us. The eligible cadre, that is a Sanakadi. That is why he says, Dhariti Chet, na cha aspin pakshepi na dandavaritaha. This paksha is also not completely error-free. Tatacha yadrishasya shuddha antakaranasya tatparya anusandhana purassaram lakshanaya vakyartha bodho bhavadbhihi angikriyate tadrishasya eva kevalaha shabda vishesho akhanda sakshatkaram vinapi sambandhena janayati iti kim anupannam. So what we say is Tathacha. So this is what we want to say. Yadrishasya shuddha antakaranasya, the person with pure heart, which is required here. Tatparya anusandhanam purasaram. That person, by meditating or by reflecting upon the true purport of the teaching, lakshanaya vakyartha bodho bhavadbhi angrikriyate, he gains through the implied meaning, this meaning of the statement. You accept it. Similarly, tadrisha seva kevalaha, only that kind of person who is capable, who has pure heart, that person, shabda vishesho akhanda sakshatkaram, through this tattvamasi etc., through any other word, he gains the akhanda sakshatkaram, this unlimited vision, this absolute vision, this absolute immediate knowledge. Vinapi sambandhene, without any relationship with other ideas or other things. Janeti iti kim anupannam. What is the impossibility here? It is definitely possible. Etasmin pakshe shabdavritti vishayatvad yato vacha nivartante iti sutarama upapannam. But the scriptures will not be accepting this. Yato vacho nivartanti, the word comes back. That is also possible. Why? Because shabda vritti avishayatvat. It is not directly gained through the shabda. The function of shabda. Shabda vritti, the function of shabda. Therefore, there is no problem. See, we are not gaining the knowledge directly through the function of shabda. Therefore, the words cannot grasp it. Whatever this Shruti said is logical. It is acceptable here also. But this is your imagination. This is not Vedanta. If you say, no. Ayam cha Bhagavad Abhipraya Vartikarahi Prapanchita. This is not my idea. This is the idea of Bhagavan. And this idea is established by Vartikara in his Brihadanika Vartika. What does he say? Durlabhatvat avidyayah atmatvad bodha rupinah shabda shaktera chintyatvad vidyastam moha hanatah agrihitveva sambandham avidana videyoh hitva nidramar buddhyante sushupter bodhita paraihi jagradvanna yatah shabdam sushupte veti kaschana dvaste ato ज्ञानतो अज्ञाने ब्रह्मास्मीति भवेत् फलम् अविद्याघातिनः शब्दात् याहं ब्रह्मेति धीर्भवेत् नश्यत्य विद्यया सार्धं हत्वा रोगं इवाौषधम्. Whatever he explained here is based on this Vartika. What does he say? Durlabhatvat avidyayaha atmatvat bodharupinah. Durbalatvat avidya, not durlabhatvat. Durbalatvat avidya. Avidya is weaker. What is stronger? Avidya is weaker because it is getting negated. What is stronger is that which cannot be negated. And that is the self. And that self is the self of the one who is wanting to gain that knowledge. Bodha rupinah, of the person who is of the form of knowledge. Shabda shaktera chintyatvat, and the power of the word is unimaginable. The power of a word to give its meaning is unimaginable. Vidyastam moha anatah. So therefore you understand that self by getting rid of the delusion. Agrihitva iva sambandham abhidhana videyoh. So without getting into the relationship of the word and the meaning, abhidhana word, abhidheya the object. So, without getting into the relationship between the word and the meaning, this is what Kavi Kalidasa, Mahakaliga Kavi Kalidasa said, Vag artho iva samprukto, vag artha pratipattaye. Vag artho iva samprukto, vag artha pratipattaye. Vag artha pratipattaye means to understand the word and the meaning. The word and meaning should be one, non-dual. They should be completely associated. Like that, my Bhagavan, Parvati and Parameshwara are completely associated. They cannot be separated. That is what he says in the first slokas, the first Mangalacharana. So, here he says, Agrihitva sambandha, without getting the sambandha between the word and the meaning, Hitva nidram prabudhyante supta bodhita paraihi. The person who is in deep sleep, he does not understand the word and the meaning. He just wakes up without understanding the word and the meaning relationship. He wakes up from the deep sleep. So, similarly, Jagradvat na shabdam shushupte veti kaschana. Like in the waking state, no one understands the word and its meaning in the deep sleep. In the waking state, you analyze the word. What is the root word? How did this word form? How is this word formed? Is it right word, wrong word? What is the meaning? What is the implied meaning? What is the relationship with another meaning? All this you inquire only in the waking state. You don't do any of this in the deep sleep. You just wake up without even getting into the nuances of the words. Dvaste ato jnanato ajnane brahmaspiti bhavet phalam. When through the knowledge, jnanatah, through the knowledge, ajnane dvaste, when the ignorance is destroyed, the result which is aham brahmasmi, that result is gained. Avidyaghatina shabdat ya aham brahmeti dhir bhavet. Avidyaghatina shabdat, the shabda, through the shabda, which is the annihilator of avidya, the destroyer of ignorance. Through that word, the knowledge which takes place as I am that self. A knowledge which takes place as I am that self, that nashyatya vidya, with that knowledge, nashyatya vidya sadham hatva rogam iva aushadam. That knowledge, akhandakara vritti, that knowledge also gets destroyed along with the ignorance. Because akhandakara vritti is also a vritti. Therefore, any vritti is ignorance. Therefore, that ignorance also is destroyed. The ignorance of non-dual self is also, the thought function of non-dual self also is destroyed. Like rogam iva aushadam. You are given a medicine for some disease. What happens? The medicine kills the disease, and along with that, the medicine's potency also gets destroyed. The medicine does not stay in your body and fight for that disease always. No. It gets removed along with the disease. The same way here, this ignorance thought function, the thought function of self also gets destroyed along with the ignorance. Because the vritti is ignorance. Okay. Tadevam. This is Brahdanika Vartika 14862-63 Ityadina Granthena. With this, Vartikara very clearly establishes this. Now, Tadevam Vachana Vishyasya Vaktuhu Vachana Kriyayaha Kriyayaschya Atyāscharya Rupatvad Atmano Durvijnanatvam Uktva Shrotuhu Durmilitvadapi Tadaha. Tad evam, in this way, Vachana Vishyasya, that which is a transaction of words. For that you need a speaker. Vaktuhu Vachana Kriyayascha. And the speaker's ability to say something, that and atyanta ascharya. See, the words and the speaker who explains that, this is a great surprise. To find such a word which dispels the darkness, and to see such a person who dispels the darkness, who uses the words to dispel the darkness, is very rare here. So it is a surprise. Therefore, that by showing that Atmano Durvijnanatam Uktva, he establishes it is not so easy to get rid of the ignorance. After saying this, now he says Shrotuhu Durmilatvadapi, it is not easy to find a person who wants to know this truth. Durmilatvat, this is a word which is a very funny word which is used directly in Hindi. Milna, milta is a Hindi word. It's used in Hindi. It's not Hindi word, it is a Sanskrit word. Durmilatva, nahi milta hai. That is the meaning. It is very difficult to gain. So, that also, therefore it is a great surprise also. He says, Ascharya vachai namanya shnoti shutva chutyapyevam na vedakti. So, somebody listens to this with great surprise. Even after listening, they don't understand. Enam na veda, they don't understand this truth. That is the greatest surprise. Anyo drashtuhu vaktuscha mukta vilakshanaha mukshuhu. Anyaha means drashtuhu vaktuscha, the person who is the seer and the person who is the speaker. Who is he? Mukta vilakshanaha, one who is different from the realized. Meaning mukshuhu, the person who is desiring for this knowledge. Now, Anya means a person who is different from the realized. Earlier, in 131, last line he said, Sacha Anyaha Sarva Jnana Lakshanaha. Sacha Anyaha Sarva Ajna Jana Vilakshanaha. That Anya, that other one is different from all the ignorant. He is different from all the ignorant, meaning the liberated. Now he is differentiating him from the liberated who is ignorant but still who desires for the knowledge. Mumukshuhu Bhaktaram Brahmavidam Vidivatu Upasritya. Now Mukshu, though he may be desiring for knowledge, he cannot do it over a cup of tea. He cannot discuss this knowledge over a cup of tea. That is improper. So he says, Vidivat upasritya, Brahmavidam Vidivat upasritya. He goes to the knower of self in a proper order. As said in the scriptures. So, Riktastam no Peyad, Rajanam Guru Devatam. You should not go with empty hands when you meet the king, when you meet your Guru, when you meet the God. When you go to the temple. So, these statements you have to take and as said in Mundakopanishad, Sa Gurumeva Vigachet Shotrim Brahmanishtam Samit Pani. He went to the Guru with Samit Pani, with twigs in his hand, which is useful for him. So something useful. So he goes to meet the Guru in this way, in a proper way, with proper attitude. That is what is said here. Not carrying things, proper attitude. Shrutva vidhivat upasrutya. In that, with proper attitude, you go to that person and enam shrunoti. He listens to this teaching. Shrunoti means listens means what? Not just, okay, sit in the class and just listen. No. Shravanakya vichara vishikaroti. He becomes, he makes it an object of inquiry through listening. He is processing it. He is not just listening. He is processing it by listening. Vedanta Vakya Tatparya Nishayena Avadhareti Yavat. He is making it clear. By understanding the true purport of Vedantic statement, he establishes its meaning. That is the idea. Shrutvacha enam mananadhyasana paripakat vedapi sakshat karotyapi ascharyavat. Okay. Listening to such a statement in this process very difficult, because he is how many classes? First, he should be person who desires, and he should have to find a person who teaches, and then he should have to approach him in a proper method. Then he should have to listen to him in a proper way, and then he has to do the manana nidhyasana to understand the truth. So many stages. Now he says, Shrutvacha enam manadhyasana paripakat. After listening to the practice of reflection and meditation, contemplation, what this does, when it fructifies, Veda, he understands also. Sakshat karoti, he gains the immediate knowledge, there is no doubt about it. That also is Ascharyavat. That is a great surprise. It's a rarity, that is why it's a surprise. Tatacha Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschite Enamiti Vyakyatam. And that is why we said some people see this to be a great surprise. This we already explained there. Atrapi Kartuhu Ascharya Rupattam Aneka Janma Anushthita Sukruta Kshalita Mano Malataya Ati Durlabhatvat. Okay, what is the problem? I found a proper Guru, I am listening to him, I am going to get rid of the knowledge. Simple. What is the Ascharya here? What is the surprise here? The surprise is Artrapi Kartu. This person who is listening to it, Ascharya Rupattam. What is the surprise there? This is the surprise. Aneka Janma Anushtita Sukruta. The person, he should have practiced for multiple births good karmas. And through that good karmas, Kshalita, he should have purified what? The manomala, the impurities of the mind. And that is Ati Durlabhatvat. And that is not difficult. Durlabha means difficult. It's not difficult. Ati Durlabhatvat. Very, very difficult. And that is the problem. Tatha Chavakshati. This is not what I am saying. This is what Bhagavan will also say here in the later portion. What does he say, Bhagavan? Why are you putting words in Bhagavan? No. He says this. In the 7th chapter, 3rd shloka, he says, what does he say? Manushyanam sastreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatamami siddhanam kaschit mameti tattvataha. He says, Manushyanam sastreshu, in thousands of men, kaschit yatati siddhaye. Only a few want to gain this truth. Only very few. Very few. Yatatamami siddhanam. Even in these few who want to gain the knowledge, siddhanam he is using. He is giving them the term siddha. See, that is a very beautiful word actually. Siddha means a person who has accomplished already. Now he is using that word for a person who is approaching it. Yata prayatne, one who is putting effort. How? Because this first stage is very difficult. In the 7 stages of knowledge, the first stage is very difficult. If you have stepped on the first stage, then you are going to be liberated either today, tomorrow, this birth, next birth, this creation, next creation, somehow or other. You have come to this. So that is why he says, Yatatapi Siddhanam. Even among these accomplished who have put the first step towards realization, Kaschit Mambeti Tattvata, only very few understand me in truth. And the base for this Bhagavad Gita shloka 229 is said here. Shravanaya api bahuviryo nalabhya shrunvanto vyaho yanna vidyuhu ascharyo vakta kushalosya labdha ascharyo jnata kushala anushishtaha. Katha Upanishad. Yama tells Nachiketa, listen. Shravanaya api bahuviryo nalabhya. Even to listen, many people don't get a chance. Even to listen, even to hear this, don't get chance. First, Shinvantobi Bahavo Yamna Vidyu, even after listening, they don't gain it. Ascharya Vakta Kushalo Asya Labdha. The speaker is a surprise and the listener is a expert. Ascharya Jnata Kushalo Anushishta. Again, the knower is a surprise and the teacher is a Anushishta. Anushishta is similar to your Kushalaha. He is an expert. So, the listener is expert on the surprise and the speaker is an expert on surprise. This is something which is strange. Kushalaha is strange. It is very difficult. And to whom he is saying, that is one important point we have to remember. To whom he is saying, to a 5-year-old boy who very clearly, categorically tells him, don't teach me anything else. I don't want to listen to anything else. I want liberation. See, you have Benz car. Oh, okay, BMW, whatever. XYZ car. You have these gold, these things, everything. You can take this, any of this. Or all of that you can take. Don't even ask me. Go take anything. He says, Tavaivavaha tavanritya gite. Keep with yourself your dance and songs. All these songs and dance, you keep it with yourself. Don't even think of giving me this and diverting me from this quest. If you want, you give me this. Otherwise, keep your third boon. I don't want your third boon. And now, Yama is bound by his boon. He says, please take another boon. Please. He is begging this 5-year-old boy. And he says, no, I don't want. If you want to tell me this. Iti Shrutesha. Evam Shravana Shrotavisu. This is the point. We have to be so focused. What happens? Suddenly something in the world, it distracts. It takes you away from this focus. So he says, Evam Shravana Shrotabhyo Aschartyam Praga Vyakshyatam. We have already established this is the great surprise. What? Shravana, listening, and Shrotavya. Something which you have to hear. This is strange. It is very difficult. No. Yah Shravana Mananadikam Karoti. Sa Atmanam Veti Kim Ascharya Mityatah. Wait. What? One who does Shravana Manana etc. One who listens, reflects, meditates. Naturally, sa Atmanam Vediti. He naturally will understand the truth. So what is the surprise here? This is surprise. There is no surprise here. Nacha evam kaschit. So he says, Nacha eva kaschit. It is not so, dear. What does he say? Chakara. Chakara kriya karma padayoho anushangartha. Chakara is this word cha is to carry forward the object as well as the activity. The verb. The verb is Veda. And the object is a self. Kaschit is the subject. No one knows the self. That is the idea. Kaschit yenam naiva veda shravanadim kurunapi. Some people even after doing the shravana etc. don't understand this truth. Tad akurvatastu na veda kim vaktavyam. When people who listen to this don't understand, should we even talk about people who don't listen? Who don't listen to? No, we don't even have to talk about it. Aikam aprastam pratibandeta darshnatiti nyayat. Why are you saying this? Why will they not gain the knowledge? Because it's like a 1, 2, 3 and 4. Simple. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasana. Liberation. Over. Simple. And why are you complicating it? I'll tell you the rule. This is from the Brahma Sutra. He says, Aikam aprastuta pratibandheta darshnat. Ahikam yaloke bhava ahikam. In this world, you won't get the knowledge. Why? Ahikam, you gain the knowledge. How? Aprastuta pratibandhe. If there is no pratibandha, if there is no obstacle which has started to function. If there is no obstacle which has started to function, then you will gain the knowledge here itself. There is no doubt. Tad darshnat. Why? It is seen here in this world itself. You see so many people who gain the knowledge here itself. Uktam cha Vartikara. And Vartikara Bhagavan also, Sureshwachara Bhagavan also says the same thing. Kudastat jnanamiti ched tadhi bandha parikshayat aso api na bhuto na bhavi va vartate athava. Kudastat jnanamiti ched. If you ask me, how will this knowledge take place? I will answer you. Tadhi bandha parikshayat. Pratibandha. Bandha means bondage. Pratibandha means obstacle. Tadhi bandha parikshayat means that knowledge takes place once the obstacle is removed. Not the bondage is removed. Once the obstacles are removed. And when will that be removed? Oh, tadhi asopi, that that obstacle also, bhuto va, bhavi va, vartate athva. That obstacle will get removed in the past or in the future or in the present. What does that mean? He says, Shravanadi kurvatamapi pratibandha parikshayadeva jnanam jayate. Even if you listen to the scriptures etc., only when the obstacles are completely removed. That is why we did the Durvasana Pratikara Dashakam. Only when the Durvasanas, the thought imprints, the latent tendencies, only when they are removed, jnanam jayate, you will gain the knowledge. Anyatha tu na. Otherwise, there can be no desire for knowledge also. Sacha pratibandha parikshaya kasvit bhuta eva yatha hiranyagarbhasya. For some, this removal of the obstacle takes place in the past itself, like Hiranyagarbha. He came with a boon of only 3 births. Over. Once that is done, he will get rid of it. So, already the pratibandha is taken care. Kaschit bhavi yatha vamadesya. For Vamadeva, it is in the future. He has gained the knowledge and he has to take birth again, and he was not ready to come out of the womb. He was 16-year-old boy. He is not ready to come out of the womb. And the father has to beg him to come out of the womb. Now, that is bhavi. Kaschit vartate. And for some, in the present, this moment itself, the knowledge, the obstacle for knowledge is removed. Yatha Shvetaketo, like for Shvetaketo, etc. Tatacha pratipandakshayasya ati durlabhatvat. Therefore, what you have to understand is this removal of obstacles is very difficult. Therefore, jnana utpadyate pumsam kshaya papasya karmana iti shukne smrtescha. The smrti also very clearly says what? Jnanam utpadyate pumsam. Knowledge takes place for the people kshaya papasya karmana, when the sins, which is the obstacle, when they are removed. What is obstacle? The sins. Sins come as an obstacle. It creates all the problems. So, to get rid of that sin, you have to do more and more japa, etc. Smrtescha durvigneya ayam atmeti nirgalito artha. Therefore, what we understand is nirgalita artha. Very clearly, what we understand here is durvigneya ayam atma. this knowledge of the self is very difficult to gain. That is the idea we gain here. We'll see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.